All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into AI.
Okay.
And how it relates to something that we all went through not that long ago, and that's digital transformation.
Yeah.
So we've got this great piece from Forbes by Martin Owen, and he's the CEO over at Quark Software. So this is a guy who's seen a lot and done a lot in the world of tech and digital transformation. And he's drawing these parallels to AI and what we're going through now, which I think are so interesting. You know, it's like, imagine 10 years ago, businesses were like, digital transformation, what's that? Do we need that? I don't know.
Absolutely.
And there was a lot of skepticism.
Okay.
And he's saying it's kind of the same thing with AI right now. Like some people are all in, some people are like, I don't know, is this really going to change things?
Yeah. Is it just a fad or is this a foundational shift?
Exactly. So we're going to kind of look at 4 key areas that he highlights that businesses need to really focus on if they want to succeed in the age of AI. And we're going to see how those really mirror a lot of the things that happened during that big digital shift.
I'm excited.
So his central argument is that just like businesses that didn't adapt to digital transformation ended up, you know,
left behind.
Yeah, left behind eating dust.
For sure.
The same thing could happen with AI.
Big time.
And he's coming at this, you know, he's speaking from experience with his work at Quark Software.
Yeah, I think that's what makes this so compelling, right? He's not just some talking head. He's been there. He's seen it firsthand.
Exactly. He's got the scars to prove it.
Exactly.
So the first thing he talks about is leadership commitment.
Okay.
Right. And this is something we heard a lot about with digital transformation too. It's like, it can't just be, you know, the IT department that's excited about AI or, you know.
It has to come from the top.
Yeah. The leaders, the CEOs, the board, they all have to buy in.
Absolutely. I think about it like a ship.
Right.
If the captain doesn't have a clear vision of where they're going.
Yeah.
The whole ship ends up lost at sea.
It's just going to be, circling around.
Exactly. And the same thing can happen with AI. If the leadership isn't fully committed, the AI journey can go off course really quickly.
Totally. And that commitment, I mean, part of that is
resources.
Yeah. Allocating resources, putting your money where your mouth is.
Totally. You got to invest in the right technology, the right people.
Yeah. The training.
Absolutely. And make sure that it's all aligned with your business goals.
Right. Right.
There has to be that strategic alignment from the get-go.
And that kind of leads us to his second point, right?
Pinches.
Skills or skill development.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one.
Huge. And this is something we saw with digital transformation, right?
Big time.
Like suddenly everyone had to learn how to use these new platforms and tools. And it's the same thing with AI, if not
even more so.
Yeah, even more intense.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. AI is impacting every single industry, from healthcare to finance, to education, you name it.
Yeah, and I think he uses a really great example of this in content creation.
Okay, like what?
So imagine you have a team of writers, right, who are suddenly given all these AI tools.
Okay.
They can use AI to analyze data, like customer data, to personalize messages, create these hyper-targeted marketing campaigns, even predict what kind of content is going to resonate.
That's wild.
It's crazy, right? Talk about a total game changer.
It is, and that's what's so exciting about AI, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about replacing jobs. It's about augmenting human capabilities.
Right.
Like take content creation, for example. AI tools don't replace the need for creative writers.
Right.
They actually enhance their skills.
Right.
Imagine writers using AI to analyze data, to personalize content, to get deeper insights into customer preferences.
Yeah.
That could lead to stronger customer relationships and could even help businesses become thought leaders in their industries.
Yeah, it's like AI is giving them superpowers, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's like having a research assistant, a data analyst, and a marketing guru all rolled into one.
It's like a whole team at your fingertips.
Exactly.
So we've got strong leadership setting the vision. We've got a skilled workforce ready to use these tools. But then there's the
next side.
Yeah, the actual technology.
The infrastructure.
Right. And that's his third point, the IT infrastructure.
Okay.
And just like businesses had to revamp their systems for the digital age.
Yeah.
They're going to need robust and adaptable infrastructure for AI.
Right. We're talking cloud computing to handle these massive data sets, right?
Absolutely. Lightning fast processing speeds to run these complex algorithms. And of course, rock solid security.
Of course, can't forget about that.
To protect all that sensitive information.
It's a big responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, it's like going from, I don't know, a bicycle to a spaceship.
That's a great analogy.
It's a whole different level of...
Totally. And the demands are totally different.
Yeah, complexity.
Yeah.
But then, you know, it's like all this tech, all this amazing stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't really mean anything if it's not
if it doesn't benefit the customer.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Right. And that's his fourth point, customer value.
Okay, customer value.
Both digital transformation and AI, like all of it, has to be centered around
delivering exceptional customer experiences.
Exactly. Making the customer happy.
Absolutely. And that's where I think his content example comes full circle, right?
Right.
With AI, you can automate a lot of the data processes.
Yeah.
Freeing up humans to focus on delivering these amazing personalized content experiences.
Yeah, it's like AI is taking care of the grunt work.
Exactly.
So humans can focus on the creative, the strategic.
The human touch.
Right. The stuff that AI can't do.
And that leads to stronger customer relationships, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how businesses can really differentiate themselves and become leaders in their industries.
So it's like this win-win. AI helps businesses.
And it helps customers.
Yeah, it's like this beautiful cycle.
Totally.
So he's saying basically businesses need to nail these 4 areas.
Leadership, skills, infrastructure, and customer value.
Exactly. To really thrive in this AI era.
It's like a roadmap to success.
It is. And what I think is so interesting is he ties all this back to his own experience at Quark Software.
Right.
Which, gives it a lot of weight.
Totally. He's not just theorizing.
Yeah, he's speaking from experience.
He's been in the trenches.
Exactly. And that's what makes his warning about being left behind
all the more potent.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I've seen this movie before and it doesn't end well for those who don't adapt.
Exactly. It's a wake-up call.
It is. It's like get on board or get left behind.
The AI train is leaving the station.
It's true. It's happening.
It's happening.
So let's, instead of dwelling on the doom and gloom, let's flip the script and talk about how businesses can actually make this transition successful.
Okay. I like that.
Like, what are some of the biggest challenges companies face when they're trying to actually implement these 4 pillars?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I think it's different for every business, right? Some might struggle with finding the right talent. Others might have trouble integrating AI into their existing systems.
Right. It's like, okay, we've got this cool AI tool, but how do we actually use it?
Exactly. And then there's the whole issue of convincing leadership to invest in AI in the first place.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get buy-in from the top.
It can be a tough sell.
Especially when you're talking about, potentially big upfront costs.
Absolutely. But that's where I think Owen's insights become so valuable.
Right.
He's not just laying out the problem.
Right.
He's also providing a roadmap for navigating them.
He's giving us the cheat sheet.
Exactly. He's like, hey, I've been there. I've made the mistakes. Here's how you can avoid them.
And speaking of cheat sheets, I think it's time we unpack these 4 pillars a little bit.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's start with leadership. Like, how can leaders really champion AI and make sure it's not just another tech fad that,
fizzles out.
Yeah, disappears in a year.
Right. I mean, first and foremost, I think leaders need to understand AI themselves.
Right. Not necessarily the technical.
Not the nitty-gritty coding.
Yeah, not the algorithms.
But the potential impact it can have on their business.
Yeah, the big picture.
Exactly. They need to be able to articulate a clear vision for how AI will help them achieve their strategic goals.
So it's about seeing AI not just as a technology, but as a strategic lever.
Exactly. It's about asking, how can AI help us create new products or services?
Right.
How can it make our operations more efficient? How can it help us better serve our customers?
Yeah, it's about aligning AI with the overall business strategy.
Absolutely. And once they have that vision, they need to communicate it effectively to the entire organization.
Right. It can't just be like hey, we're doing AI now. Good luck, everybody.
Exactly. It's not just about giving a PowerPoint presentation.
Right.
It's about creating a culture of experimentation and innovation where people feel empowered to explore the possibilities of AI.
So it's about leading by example.
Right. Absolutely. If the CEO is excited about AI, chances are the rest of the company will be too.
Right. Enthusiasm is contagious.
It is. And that enthusiasm can help break down resistance to change.
Yeah, totally.
And create momentum for AI adoption.
It's like, hey, this is cool. We can do amazing things with this.
Exactly. It's about creating a sense of shared purpose and excitement.
Right. It's not a chore. It's an opportunity.
Exactly. It's an opportunity to do things differently, to do things better.
So strong leadership is crucial, but it's not enough on its own.
Right.
Let's move on to his second pillar.
Skill development.
Yeah. What kind of skills do companies need to foster to succeed in the AI era?
Well, it's a mix of technical and soft skills, right? On the technical side, you obviously need people who can build, implement, and maintain AI systems.
Right. The data scientists, the engineers.
Exactly. The AI specialists.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the techies.
Right. It's not just about the people who can code.
Exactly. You also need people who can understand and interpret the insights that AI generates.
Yeah, like what does all this data actually mean?
Exactly. So you need people with strong analytical skills, critical thinking abilities, and a knack for storytelling.
So it's about bridging the gap between the technical and the business side.
Absolutely. You need people who can translate complex data into actionable insights that drive business decisions.
And then let's not forget about the importance of creativity and human connection, right?
Right. Those are things that AI can't replicate.
Yeah, as AI takes over more routine tasks, those human skills,
like empathy, intuition, creativity.
Yeah, they become even more valuable.
We need people who can build relationships, solve complex problems, come up with innovative ideas that AI can't.
So it's not about man versus machine.
It's about man plus machine.
It's about leveraging the strengths of both
to create something truly transformative.
Okay, so we've talked about the importance of strong leadership, a skilled workforce, but what about the foundation upon which all of this is built?
The infrastructure.
Exactly. Let's dive into that third pillar, the IT infrastructure.
Okay, buckle up. This is where it gets a little technical.
It's like we're going under the hood.
Exactly. Think of AI as this, hungry beast that needs a lot of food to function properly.
What kind of food are we talking about here?
Data, primarily. AI algorithms need massive amounts of data to learn and improve.
Right. They got to feed on that data.
Exactly. So you need robust data storage solutions, efficient data pipelines to move that data around, and powerful processing capabilities to crunch all those numbers.
And that's where cloud computing comes in, right?
Big time. Cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, they offer scalable and flexible solutions for storing, processing, and analyzing all that data.
So it's not just about buying a bunch of servers and stuffing them in a closet anymore.
No, not at all. Cloud computing has revolutionized IT infrastructure, making it much easier and more affordable for businesses to access the resources they need for AI.
So it's like AI on demand.
Exactly. You can scale up or down as needed. You only pay for what you use.
But even with the cloud, there are still challenges, right? Like integrating AI into existing workflows, ensuring data security, managing costs.
Absolutely. It's not a plug-and-play solution.
It's not just like, okay, we bought AI, we're good to go.
Right. It requires careful planning, expertise, and ongoing management.
It's like building a custom-designed house, not just buying a prefabricated one.
Exactly. You need architects, engineers, contractors who understand the intricacies of AI and can create a system that meets your specific needs.
Okay, so we've covered leadership, skills, and infrastructure.
The trifecta.
Now let's talk about the ultimate goal of all of this.
Customer value.
Customer value, right? Owen emphasizes using AI to create these exceptional customer experiences.
Right.
Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Sure. I mean, in today's world, customer experience is king, right? Businesses that can deliver personalized, seamless, delightful experiences. Those are the ones that are going to win the hearts and wallets of consumers.
And AI can play a huge role in that.
Absolutely. AI can help businesses understand their customers better, anticipate their needs, and personalize their interactions at every touch point.
Let's go back to that content creation example for a second.
Okay.
How can AI be used to deliver those personalized content experiences that Owen's talking about?
So imagine you're a company that sells clothing online, right?
Okay.
You could use AI to analyze your customer data, to understand their style preferences, purchase history, browsing behavior.
Okay.
And then use that information to personalize the content they see on your website, in your emails, on social media.
So instead of seeing generic ads for dresses,
they're seeing ads for dresses that are specifically tailored to their taste.
So it's like AI is playing matchmaker.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just ads. You could personalize product recommendations, create custom-sized guides, even generate personalized style advice.
It's like having a personal stylist at your fingertips.
Exactly. And that level of personalization can make a huge difference in the customer experience.
So it's not just about blasting out more content. It's about making that content relevant and meaningful to each individual customer.
Right. It's about using AI to create a one-to-one connection with your customers, even if you have millions of them.
And that's where AI's real power lies, right? It's not just about automating tasks.
It's about augmenting human capabilities.
And creating experiences that weren't possible before.
Exactly. It's about using technology to enhance the human experience.
And that's a perfect segue into the next part of our deep dive.
Okay, what are we diving into next?
Where we're going to explore some of the ethical considerations and potential risks of AI.
That'll be a good time.
Because it's not all sunshine and roses.
Right. There's always a flip side.
There's always a dark side to everything.
We got to explore that too.
Exactly. So stay tuned.
Can't wait. It's like we're standing at the edge of this huge new frontier, you know.
Yeah.
The potential of AI is just, I mean, it's immense.
It really is.
But it also comes with, you know, this sense of responsibility.
Totally. Like we have to use it wisely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it feels like, I mean, you see it every day.
Every day, new headlines about AI.
Self-driving cars, algorithms that can diagnose diseases.
It's mind-blowing.
It is, but it can also be overwhelming, I think.
Totally.
Especially for businesses.
Right.
Who are trying to figure out, like, where to even start.
Where do we jump in?
Yeah.
Right? What do we do?
Yeah.
And that's where I think, you know, Owen's perspective is so helpful because he's saying, like, don't think of it as this
futuristic.
Yeah, this far off thing. It's like, this is a practical tool that you can use to solve problems.
Right now, today.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do it alone, right?
Right.
There are so many resources available to businesses.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole ecosystem of partners, consultants, tech providers who can help guide them through the AI journey.
It's like you're putting together a team of experts.
Exactly.
To kind of help you navigate this new world.
And AI is not, you know, one size fits all.
Of course not.
What works for one company might not work for another.
It's got to be tailored to your needs.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right fit for your specific goals.
And speaking of goals, you know, one of Owen's big points is AI should always be aligned with your business objectives. Really.
Totally. It can't just be like a vanity project, you know.
We have AI. Look at us.
It has to be strategic, right?
Right.
It has to be driving towards a specific outcome.
It's like having a powerful engine. But if you don't have a steering wheel and you don't know where you're going,
you're going to end up in a ditch.
We're just going to be driving in circles.
Exactly.
So let's say you're a business leader and you've bought into Owen's vision. You're ready to champion AI. You're ready to invest in your workforce, upgrade your infrastructure, focus on customer experience. Where do you even begin?
You start by asking the right questions.
Okay. Like what?
Like, what are the biggest challenges that your business is facing right now?
Okay.
Where are the areas where AI could potentially make a difference?
So it's about identifying those pain points.
Exactly.
Those bottlenecks.
Yeah, where are you losing money?
Right. Where are you being inefficient?
And then you can start to explore how AI solutions can address those specific needs.
Give me an example.
Okay. So let's say you're struggling with customer churn.
Okay.
You could look into AI-powered tools that can predict which customers are most likely to leave.
Oh, interesting.
And then proactively reach out to them.
Wow, that's smart.
With personalized offers or support.
Or if you're spending a ton of money on marketing campaigns
that aren't working.
Right, and you're not seeing any results.
You could use AI to analyze your customer data and figure out the most effective channels, the best messaging.
So it's about working smarter, not harder.
That's the whole point of AI, right?
It is. It is.
It's about using technology to amplify our capabilities.
And not being afraid to experiment, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the world of AI is constantly evolving.
Yeah, it's moving fast.
What works today might not work tomorrow. So you got to be agile, you got to be adaptable.
And patient, I imagine, right?
Totally. Implementing AI is not a quick fix.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a commitment to continuous learning and improvement.
But if you do it right, the rewards are huge.
Huge. Businesses that successfully embrace AI, they have a real competitive edge.
They do.
They can increase efficiency, reduce costs, improve decision-making, and create those amazing customer experiences we talked about.
And ultimately, that's what it's all about, right?
You're getting value.
Creating value for your business and your customers.
It's a win-win.
It is.
So we've talked a lot about, the practical steps businesses can take.
Yeah.
But let's zoom out for a second.
Okay.
Let's think of the bigger picture.
All right.
Owen's article focuses on the business world.
Right.
But the impact of AI, it goes way beyond that.
Totally. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's transforming healthcare, finance, education, transportation, you name it.
Yeah. Even just in our daily lives, right?
Totally.
Think about voice assistants.
Siri, Alexa.
Yeah, they're powered by AI.
And they're becoming so integrated into our lives.
They are. We use them for everything, right?
Setting reminders, playing music, controlling our smart homes.
Yeah, getting directions. It's crazy.
It's incredible. And that's just the beginning, right?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like we're just scratching the surface.
We are. AI is being used to develop self-driving cars, personalized learning experiences, create these realistic virtual worlds.
It's wild.
Even composing music and art.
It really is mind-boggling when you think about the possibilities. But with all this rapid advancement, it's like there's this sense of
responsibility.
Yeah, like we have to be careful.
Totally. As AI becomes more powerful and more pervasive, we got to develop those ethical frameworks and safeguards.
Right, we have to make sure it's used for good.
For good, exactly.
Yeah.
For example, we need to make sure that AI systems are fair.
Right.
Unbiased, transparent.
Yeah, we don't want to create algorithms that perpetuate existing inequalities.
Or discriminate against certain groups of people.
And then there's a whole question of jobs, right?
Impact on employment.
Yeah, as AI automates more tasks, what happens to the workers who are displaced?
It's a valid concern.
How can we ensure that everyone benefits from the AI revolution?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is. It is. And these are tough questions, right?
They are. There's no easy answers.
There's no simple solutions.
But they're questions we need to grapple with.
We have to.
As we navigate this new AI-powered world.
Because it's here.
It's here to stay.
It's happening.
And I think that's one of the most important takeaways from Owen's article. He's not just advocating for the adoption of AI.
You're right.
He's urging us to think critically about its implications.
To have these conversations now.
Exactly.
Before it's too late.
While we still have the chance to shape the future of AI.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's not just blindly jump in. Let's think about this.
Absolutely. Let's have a thoughtful, informed conversation about the world we want to create with AI.
And that conversation needs to involve everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Not just tech experts, not just business leaders.
It's got to be a societal conversation.
We all have a stake in this.
And that brings us to you, the listener, the person listening to this deep dive.
You're not just a passive observer in this, you know.
You're an active participant.
Your choices, your actions, your voice.
They all matter.
So as we wrap up this exploration of AI, we want to leave you with a challenge.
Okay, I like it.
Think about your own life, your work, your community. How is AI impacting you already?
Right? And how do you think it'll shape your future?
What excites you about it?
If it concerns you.
What role do you want to play in shaping this AI-powered world?
It's up to all of us.
It is. It is.
To make sure that AI is used for good.
And to create a future that benefits everyone.
That's the goal.
Yeah, it's like we all get to choose how AI unfolds.
Right, like we're writing the story as we go.
Exactly, and that power to shape AI, it comes from asking those tough questions, you know?
Yeah, like the ones we brought up about bias and jobs.
And how to make sure it's developed ethically.
Right, because it's easy to get swept up in all the cool stuff AI can do.
Totally, but we can't ignore the potential downsides.
It's like, I don't know if you've ever heard that saying.
With great power.
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
And AI is, I mean, it's probably one of the most powerful technologies we've ever created.
It is, and it makes you think about, like, social media.
Okay.
We saw how quickly it could connect people, but also how it could be used for, like, spreading misinformation. Yeah, and even manipulating people.
Right, exactly. And AI has that same potential, you know, for both good and bad.
Which is why it's so important to have these conversations now.
Before it's too late.
Yeah, before AI becomes so ingrained in our lives that it's like, well, now what?
Right, like we have to be proactive, not reactive.
Absolutely. We need to figure out guidelines, regulations, all that stuff.
To make sure AI is used responsibly.
And it can't just be governments and corporations making these decisions, right?
No, it's got to be all of us.
It's got to be individuals being informed, being engaged, speaking up.
Yeah, holding companies accountable.
Right. Demanding transparency.
And being mindful of our own interactions with AI.
Yeah, like questioning the information it gives us, being aware of potential biases, using our own judgment.
It's like being a smart shopper, you know?
Okay.
You wouldn't buy something without checking the reviews or reading the label.
Right, you got to do your research.
Exactly. We need to bring that same critical thinking to AI.
So let's bring it back to Owen's article for a sec. Okay.
He's really focused on business, but I think what he's saying applies to all of us, you know?
I agree. I think his points about leadership and skills and customer value, those are universal principles.
Yeah, think about education.
Okay.
AI could totally personalize learning.
Totally. Tailor lessons to each student.
Give real-time feedback. It's amazing.
It is. But we have to make sure those AI tools are available to everyone.
Right. Not just the privileged few.
Exactly. And we need to make sure teachers know how to use them.
Yeah, it's about empowering teachers, not replacing them.
Right. using AI to enhance their abilities.
And healthcare, too.
Oh, huge potential there.
AI can analyze medical images, diagnose diseases, even perform surgery.
It's incredible what's possible.
It is. But again, we have to be careful.
Privacy, security, bias, all those things need to be addressed.
Absolutely. And make sure it benefits all patients.
No matter their background.
Exactly. So it really doesn't matter what field we're talking about.
It's about using AI responsibly. Yeah, it's a powerful tool, but it can be used for good or bad.
It's up to us to steer it in the right direction.
And that's a responsibility we all share.
As individuals, as consumers, as citizens.
We all have a role to play.
In making sure AI is used ethically and benefits everyone.
So to wrap up our deep dive into AI.
Okay.
We just want to leave you with this thought. Be curious.
Be skeptical.
Be engaged.
The future of AI isn't set in stone, you know.
It's being shaped right now.
And we all have a hand in writing that story.
Thanks for joining us on this journey, everyone.
It's been fun.
We hope you learned something.
And that you're feeling inspired.
To go out there and make your mark on the AI-powered world.
We can't wait to see what you create.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
See,